What's that shit they
Yep.
call? Oh, he just hit us live. Okay. We live, Jay?
Welcome back to MMA Underground, your favorite part of Tuesday. I'm one half the dynamic duo known as Buddy V, killing it with the one and only.
Sam K. And shit, man, we got two phenomenal guests in the building. Two newcomers to both yards, all the way from Streetbeefs West Coast. We got the young up and comer Mori in the building,
Yes, sir. What up,
and
y'all? What up, y'all?
all the way from Streetbeefs Scrapyard, we have the one and only newcomer himself, making waves, Big Chop in the building.
How y'all doing?
What up? What up?
Oh
How's it
man, I'm
going, y'all? How's it
excited. We
going?
got having too much fun. We got two killers here, and each in a very
Yeah.
unique style. You each have your own way of being a killer, so I like it. I'm excited to talk about some of the fights too. Woo.
Yes, sir.
Let's get it.
But the first one actually I had for Maury because it was I was looking at some of the stuff, and if I looked right, your debut was Street Beast West Coast 29, but did you have two fights in that day?
Yeah, on the same day.
Dang. And that was your only MMA match, right?
Yeah, and it sucks because I entered Street Beefs just to stick with MMA, but now I'm moving like kind of towards boxing right now, just for the meantime, and then switch back once I get it down. Once I master my style, I feel like I'll be comfortable moving back.
Who did you fight that day for the people who don't know?
Oh, so my MMA fight, my first one was Martin. He was also new to the yard, and I think he was like 24 years old at the time. And my second match was Samurai Sean. But I'm not trying to I'm gonna put this out there. I really don't consider my fight with Sean an actual match because me and Sean talked about it too. He kept wanting to fight me, and I kept telling him no because I knew what was gonna happen. But since I was the only one in his division, he really wanted it, so I gave it to him. And I gotta admit, Sean has balls, man. Sean has balls. He he went in there, he still did his thing. So respect to him though. Respect to him 100%.
Oh yeah. And I mean, like I said, phenomenal debut. And the other phenomenal debut we had was over here with Chop. I mean, I felt like in your fight you pressed like R2 or L2 on the controller and you didn't let go. Every hit was a power like oomph, oomph, oomph. I was just like, holy crap, this man's destroying his opponent. I mean, how'd you feel? How'd you prepare? How'd you get ready for that first fight at Street Beast?
I wanted to fight, respect to my opponent, but I wanted to fight somebody a little bit more challenging because that was my first fight, and me and Steve was talking, and I told him that I'm not a level one because I've been boxing for a long time, but he don't know me and he haven't saw me work, so he told me that I should place level one, and my first opponent was Moy. He's 19. He was new, and I was a little intimidated at first because he's shorter, and I have problems with shorter fighters because I'm usually the shorter one because I'm 5'9".
Mhm.
But yeah, I went in there. I gave him a good hit, and he didn't respond, so I just kind of spazzed out a little bit.
Yeah,
You're only
you
5'9"?
what's that?
I said, dang, you're only 5'9", you look taller in the video.
I'm short for my weight class.
Yeah, man, I noticed you were placing your shots really well. It was a lot of power shots, but they were placed at the right time in the right placements.
Yeah,
And
I appreciate that.
not only did you get that first KO, but you came back and you got you another one, correct?
Yeah, my second fight was with Black Panther, and that was like 20 seconds. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And that was wild because Black Panther, he has a record. You know what I mean? He has a record. I believe he was the belt holder. So, there was more at stake, and you went in and shit, did it better than you did the first time.
Yeah, I didn't expect that. I thought it was gonna be like a war because everybody telling me he hit hard. So
Hmm.
that was what I was trying to expect.
Oh yeah. And you both have had multiple fights in the yard. But one thing I wanted to ask from each of you to get a perspective was, how do you feel? Like, do you feel like there's a target on your back, or you kind of like put your name, stapled it out there in Street Beefs, knowing that each of you had two first round finishes for your first two fights? Oh,
Mm, I'll
Uh,
let you go
more.
first.
All right.
that's hard to take on. I guess it's just like a good impression, first impression, in a way. That's basically how I see it. Nothing else.
I kind of see it as if it's not a target on my back. It's more of I feel like it's a lot of other people that's avoiding to fight me whenever I do go to Street Beefs. I can probably only name two that'll give me a run for my money. But for the rest of the people there, it's just like, both of my two fights were just barely a minute, so everybody's like, I don't want to fight him. So it's kind of hard to pick a fight. That's why my third fight was kickboxing.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
true.
Let's talk about that, man, because we don't see too often fighters switch disciplines when they come to street beefs, and both of you guys have. So
Yeah.
I was actually interested. We could start with you, Chop, and then we'll move to Maury.
Oh,
What is your preference, and as well as what is the reason behind the switch of disciplines?
I feel like my preference, I would have to say boxing because I've been boxing for like 10 years, so that's just something I know. Um, in terms of why I switched, I've trained with a lot of people in street beef, so I kind of like people already knew me before my first fight,
Hmm.
and I kind of like dipped and dived into like Muay Thai and kickboxing. I had a lot of fun, and it's something I wanted to do, and the first person I want to fight is somebody that kind of know what they're doing, even though I don't. So I just wanted to challenge myself.
And Maury?
And well, yeah, my preference is MMA mainly, but I only switched to boxing because I see my potential there, like in a way. I seen like how fast I'm growing, how fast I'm picking it up. So I must stick with it just for like the meanwhile. But eventually, I do plan on going back in MMA because there's where I feel like my best set of skills I can show. But um, discipline part, ooh, not too sure. I'm not too sure, man.
And are you yourself at a gym? Because I know, like you said, how you know your experience, this and that. I'm curious because you watching your videos, you know how to handle yourself in that cage. So,
Um, what's it called? So actually, I recently just joined my first gym,
Okay.
and then that's Kingdom Boxing. But I mainly just picked up on my style and everything mainly through self-taught. And yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I see my potential now that like I'm actually training with these other people. I'm picking it up fast. So eventually, hopefully, I do get it down.
Yeah.
But and then I should probably join like an MMA gym probably next year.
ooh, they're gonna
Cool.
start taking jumps on those platforms, go to a whole new level.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And Kingdom Boxing Gym, there's several street beach fighters there, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Blanco and a few others, right?
Yeah. So Blancos, Zitro, Caleb, Flow's dad, and I think Depoy goes there like only a couple times as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
So yeah, it's really cool to kick it with them, 100%.
That's a great mix, man. That's a great mix.
It is.
All you guys can learn from each other and help each other build.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I like
100%.
it. I
They
was.
oh sorry to cut you off,
I'm
man.
sorry,
Sorry.
I interrupt, man. You're here. You're here. You're here.
All right, so well, I was just gonna say like yeah, they helped me a lot, especially Flo. He's been like He will hold the pads for me and everything. So they're really, really helpful. I appreciate them, man.
Oh,
Because I was curious, I was gonna ask Chop because I know when I wanted to talk about some experience, you brought up. You said you had 10 years experience of boxing. Is that kind of like on and off? Is that from like when you were younger, growing up? Like I really was curious. And have you ever gotten any street fights too?
Yeah, younger growing up. I was born and raised in Miami, so I forgot my first boxing gym, but around the time that I got into fighting, Kimbo Slice was out there doing a little backyard fighting. And I kind of, got into a rebellious stage in middle school, getting into fights and stuff like that. And then fast forward after high school, I left. I joined Job Corps in St. Petersburg.
come
And my
on.
first gym,
I'm Texas
yeah,
Gary Job Corps right here. Let's go.
yeah. I went to St. Petersburg Job Corps, and I went to the St. Petersburg boxing gym where Keith Thurman had trained, and that's where I started before I got down here.
I wanted to ask, bro, with your first two bouts ending in KO, and with your boxing experience, do you are you looking for the KO or does it just come naturally?
Um,
Ghost.
I don't think it. I don't think it comes naturally. Typically when I go to street beefs, yeah, I'm looking for the KO because I don't know. I don't like long fights, and I'm a short fighter. I gotta fight big dudes all the time. I kind of want to just get them out there.
You're like, let me hit this real quick. Oh, yep. He looks like he got some power. All right, wind that bad boy up and boom.
Yeah.
Now, you guys
Plus,
having some skills. I'm kind of curious. Are there any other street beast fighters, whether it's someone you want to face or even somebody that you just enjoy watching, whether it's your own home yard or a different yard?
mm,
Yeah.
uh,
Um. Eventually, I wanted to fight Epic 10, but right now I'm deciding if I want to drop weight or face him because he's probably the only person who'll give me a run for my money. And we talked about it because his height is a
Right.
big factor, and I'm 5'9", so it's just reaching him would be hard as hell. And it made me question like should I be this weight? Because it's not my natural weight. I kind of climbed up here because I wanted to challenge myself.
Mm.
Hey, all right. Wait, what weight is that?
I weigh 200.
Okay,
Yeah.
solid.
What was the natural weight?
So my natural weight was 170, and me and Lucha Soul, shout out to Devontae. We used to train, and I used to always tell him, man, I want to bulk up to 200 so I can try to stunt with the big dogs. And that's what I did, man. I've been lifting like 3 times a day just to get to 200 and eating a lot, and it paid off.
I'm sore hearing that. Oh, my arm.
Yeah, it's a lot of hard work.
Heck yeah.
and man, you
What about you,
200?
Warren?
Yeah, I'm 200,
Wait, hold
man.
up. Yeah, and wait, and you're 5'9", huh? That's
Yeah,
good. That's actually pretty good for that
it,
height.
it, it is pretty good.
That's good.
I don't look 200 either.
Because dude,
I
I'm
don't
5'10", and then I'm like not even close to what, like 140.
Oh shit.
So I'm probably like I want 30, 35 right now.
Mm.
So
5'10"?
That's
I'm
hella
light,
tall.
dude. I'm light.
Yeah, that's hella tall for that
Hey,
weight
shout out
class.
to the Slim Jims. We out here. We out here.
Yes, sir.
You know.
Dang,
Uh,
I'm 5'6".
what was what was your question again, buddy? Because I think Maury needed to answer.
It was, yeah, it was any street beast fighters that you enjoy watching or that catch your eye, whether it just be outside your class or somebody you even want to fight.
Oh yeah, 100%. I definitely want to go against Brooke Mark. I really want to get him. Like ever since he like first got introduced to like the to West Coast, I already had an eye on him, bro. Because I seen his style and I was like, yep, I already knew like I was gonna have to go against him either way. Because he's good. He's really good right now.
Mm.
Especially carrying the title right now too, which I want. So we're gonna have to run it.
Hey, you're on your way, man, and that's a fire matchup as well. So, hey, you know, it's only a matter of time. You know,
Exactly.
yeah. Anyone that you watch that you like to study, or you know, or is it just
Ooh.
opponents that you're watching?
So people I like to study. I'm not gonna lie. So far, I feel like Flo. I like to watch Flo because I like the way he defends. I also like to watch. I like to watch Mark because he's constantly moving. I like that about him. He's like always on pace.
Yeah,
Uh, let's see who else. And Coyote, he's good.
yeah.
Coyote, I think Coyote. Yeah. He's really good. I like
Got a
his style.
big match coming in January. He's got a big
Dude,
title defense, bro. That's gonna be
yes,
crazy.
sir.
That's gonna be
Um,
crazy.
and then Smokey, I actually like watching your videos too. I see the way you fight,
Hey,
and it's actually really good.
appreciate
So,
it. Appreciate it.
What's up? Man, I like that.
So,
So I was
go ahead, bud. Go ahead, bud.
no, I was curious because we're talking about some street beef fighters and stuff too, but I know we can't leave the professional fighters out of there because I know not just for fun, but I know sometimes we mimic styles and certain whatnots too. I especially like to study, my favorite Canelo, even though I think he needs to take that Benavidez fight, but you know.
he does though. He does need to take that fight though. No cap.
Yeah, I don't
I
think
feel
he'll
like,
take it.
well, yeah, that is true. He doesn't really need to take it, but if he does it, it would look good on him. 100%.
I feel like it's a dangerous fight for him because Benavidez he walk around at like 200 or something like that.
Yeah, he's a
Canelo's
big boy.
he's a natural, yeah. Canelo's a natural middleweight, so
Mm.
it's kind of a dangerous fight.
Hmm. But what I wanted to ask, you guys have certain styles, right? That you guys use, like they say with boxing, you know how there's like there's so many styles to it. Like I want to hear you guys' styles,
Ooh,
or do you guys have
hear
like
that?
what I'm trying to say is like, do you guys like have a name to you guys' style?
Mm.
Whoever wants to go first, Smokey or anyone?
Well, so my background is Jeet Kune Do, so that's in so many words, that's pretty much mixed martial arts. But the idea is taking what works for you and you know whatever applies to you, you use, and whatever doesn't, you don't. Um,
Exactly.
boxing or not, so it's really just stupid. No, that's Viking Warrior. Viking Warrior's got the 7 foot. Uh, yeah, he's got the 7 foot reach. But yeah, bro. Me personally, I do like certain styles, and I do incorporate or mix them in together. But I don't follow just one set rule book. You know what I mean? Because for me, like, I look at fighting as a dance. You know what I mean? And every
Exactly.
dance is not going to be the exact same step, the exact same movement, pace, speed, power. Everything is variables that change, right? So you got to be able to, like Bruce Lee said, he's the founder of Jeet Kune Do. You got to be able to be like water, and flow and move and crash, like water would, you know.
Exactly.
Um,
Yeah, because I was asking because the boxing style I'm working on is the Soviet style.
Ooh.
Yeah, so that's the
it's a good
style I'm
one.
picking up on right now.
That's a good one. One
See,
thing I would suggest is like use a quote unquote style that fits your body type, right? A lot of times we want to follow things that we like or things that we see other people do, and it works for them because it's built for them, essentially,
Exactly.
right? So like you being the long man, you want to implement the long, not necessarily the long range fight, but all the things that work for the long man. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And still be aware of like the short man game, you know, and be able to defend that game as well as enter that game if you need, you know. Sometimes
Hmm.
you'll be the short man, you know. So you got to know how to work in that type of aspect.
Yeah, that's 100% true. That's why I'm also like trying to add close combat to it because I like my last fight with Smokey. Uh, since he was a short fighter, it was like it was hard. I was like, oh crap, like keeps getting close. Like he moves like a mini Mike Tyson in a way. So
Mhm.
like I definitely need to add that to the style, 100%.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I do with mine a little like a wide base with strength because of the fact that I am short. So I know that most people I fight are gonna have reach on me, gonna have anything. So I have to have that. I'm gonna have to take a punch to give a punch half the time. So I try to work on my upper body, like my head movement a bit and stuff. But I know for the most part, that's why I've had so much trouble with footwork too, is because I have a wide base. So while my upper body's moving, I know that I'm an easy target. And my sprawls are pretty good, but it's like if they get me and I slip, I'm SOL. Getting tons of haters for saying we should. That's great. So I feel like for me, I definitely have to try to stay strong and stay low to the ground with my center of gravity. Because yeah, being short, that was always my style. But I try to be a little bit more quick now, definitely with my cardio too. Because I know if I'm picking up and slamming, if people are sprawling too, like a real lengthy fighter, and I'm short, I'm all of a sudden trying to grab him. My hands are damn near on his ass because I can't even reach down his legs. And I'm like, so it's like, dang.
And that goes to working what fits your body type. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Um, and even not only just body type, like as we age, our injuries, right? Because sometimes certain things become permanent. So now your whole style at 28 may be completely different than what it was at 21. You know what I mean? Because of
Hmm.
XYZ. You know what I'm saying? So, uh, for instance, we had the Pretty Boy Floyd era where he was possibly going to knock someone out. He was much more aggressive, forward heavy. And then you had the Money Mayweather where it was defensive mind, you know, slip, dodge, counter, you know, and something happened to him physically in between that switch, you know. So, you know, it varies, you know.
Hmm.
Heck yeah.
That reminds me. Yeah, so it's kind of like what you say, gotta be careful with what you choose. So I've been looking into styles a lot, and I seen like the Soviet style is more of a constant moving. You constantly have to be bouncing on your toes, and then especially with your lane, especially with like jabs, hitting the 1-2, and then hitting a one again, and then coming back with another two, which I think it would be really good for me. That's what I'm saying. Like I think I feel really comfortable with the Soviet style. Just like focus on for now.
Yeah, man. If you're
Because
getting results, you're getting results.
thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah.
Chop.
About my style, well, I'm usually the shorter person, so I have to go with like peekaboo or inside fighting. That's like my only option. A lot of people I fight is like 6'2" and up, so I'm forced to I'm forced to fight like that.
Heck yeah. He's going there to powerhouse. It works. I mean, we've already seen the knockouts that you deliver. So, I mean,
Yeah, it's
and
been working.
You get to your target, you know.
I kind of like that question earlier that Naughty Nate brought up. Or no, sorry, bringing smoke brought up. Did you see about that with the Michael Jai White? I'm kind of curious about your guys' opinion on that too. About how could we bring it up, Jay? So,
That
what are your
was
thoughts of Michael Jai White getting a ton of hate for saying that he would beat Bruce Lee in a fight because he outweighs him by 100 pounds?
that was a few years ago, guys.
I kind
It
of agree
was.
with him because weight classes does matter. Even though Bruce Lee is Bruce Lee, it's like Michael Jai White. He has skill too. So plus he's like 200 plus.
Yeah.
Have you guys heard the one on Mike Tyson versus Bruce Lee?
Mm.
Have you guys seen that round? That was
What happened?
I
Oh,
like it. Like even answer that. That's like
No, what happened?
nothing
I
to
don't know what
compare
you're talking
there.
about.
No, because so there was a post like a couple months ago, like it was saying how would it go down between Mike Tyson and Bruce Lee, and then there's of course getting rid of Bruce Lee fans, and then so like they're gonna what? How do you guys think that would go down
I got Mike
with Mike
Tyson
Tyson.
Tyson
versus
and
Bruce
Bruce
Lee?
Lee?
I got Mike Tyson in a street fight or just.
Yeah, just no rules, no rules.
Oh yeah, Mike Tyson.
See, I got Bruce Lee on both of them because I feel like, wow, most of the time there's the 99% where the rules will normally apply. Every blue moon, you get like this rare gem where the rules don't necessarily apply to them. And I feel like Bruce Lee is one of those guys where he had enough learning experience from a world that doesn't necessarily fully exist because it's like in a whole different era that I feel like he had access to knowledge to a different understanding and that he would have been one of the few select that because of his knowledge he knows I don't have to hit you to knock you out here. I could hit you over here, hit a main artery. I could hit this, and I felt like with his precision and his speed, he could slowly break somebody down to that manner.
Well, I think I feel like because in a street fight, 9 times out of 10, it results to like grappling. So we never seen Bruce Lee have grappling skills.
He
But
worked
Mike
on it.
Tyson's bigger.
He worked on it. He wasn't
Worked on it.
like a master at it, but he worked with people at the time who were grapplers.
Oh, okay.
Smokey, who you got?
I mean, I would say like in a boxing ring, Mike. Yeah, if we're talking about both guys in their prime. Mike. I would say Mike in the ring. Especially if he's got Customato, Teddy Atlas, and Rooney with him, then yeah, he's pretty much unstoppable. But in the street, yeah, it depends. There's a lot of factors. Your first mind would say Mike Tyson. You know what I mean? Just simply size and power. But I know Mike don't want to get kicked. At no point in his career, Mike never wanted to get kicked. And Bruce Lee was one hell of a kicker. You know what I'm saying? And I think power wise, Bruce could match power through kicks. You know what I'm saying? But who's gonna get who first? If Mike gets you first, it's pretty much over. If Bruce gets you first, he's gonna need a consecutive string of attacks to kind of finish that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But I say the Michael Jai White, I gotta go with Jai White. You know what I'm saying? Only because we're talking about two martial artists now. So Jai White is aware of a lot of shit that Bruce Lee's aware of. You know what I'm saying? Whereas Mike Tyson is a boxer. The stretch, his spectrum goes so far. Whereas, Jai White, his spectrum goes pretty, further. 100-pound difference. Yeah.
I will say it was cool when I learned that Michael Jai White at 17 was training with Bill Superfoot Wallace because I was looking into it. I was like, wait, what? He tripped what? Huh? Who? And then I just see him at 17 built as hell, and I'm like, oh my goodness gracious.
Yeah. Mike was kicking bags off of chains. You know what I'm saying? So You know, who do you know who's doing that? You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly. That's true.
I think some of the best kicks I've ever seen were from Michael Jai White and Joe Rogan. You know what I'm saying?
They both have good technique. They both
Yeah,
have good technique.
yeah, and power. Not only is the technique there, but the power is, you know,
100%.
crazy. But
Well,
I wanted to ask you guys because we're over here talking. Where did we get the names?
Oh, I don't know who
I'll
wants to
go.
start first.
Oh, yeah. You said me start first.
Yeah, go for it.
So when I went to high school, there was this dude that played football. He was a quarterback, and his name was Trayon Gray, and they called him Chop. And he graduated and he went to University of Miami. And usually anybody that make it out, of my hood area, I kind of like, look up to them a little bit because it's kind of hard. So since I'm on the West Coast and I really love where I'm from, and I want to represent Miami-Dade wherever I go, I just kind of took his name with me.
That's
that's
what's up, bro.
inspiration.
That's what's up. But I got my name from there's a character called Mori. I don't know if you guys ever heard of him or if any of you guys watch anime. But yeah, it's basically from an anime. He's a martial artist basically. But there's a webtoon about him that if you guys read that, I promise you, masterpiece,
Say that one more
masterpiece.
time. Say it again.
There's like a webtoon um about him. It's called The God of High School, and I promise you, masterpiece. If you guys read it, 100% recommend, bro. 100%. But yeah, that's where I got my name from.
Nice.
Because like if you guys look through his story, he's strong. He's dude. Like he's like if you see his kicks, bro, I feel like you could like bring them into reality in a way. Like I feel like if you practice on them, that it would definitely what's it called? It would definitely be something new to bring to MMA in a way. But yeah, amazing character, guys.
I'll have to check
Nice.
them out.
Well, what's
I
the name
definitely
of the
like.
anime?
Oh, it's God of High School. So God of High School.
God of High School.
Yeah.
All
Those
right.
anime
Fuck, do you watch
titles, man.
anime?
I watched a little anime. Heck yeah. Got
I'm
some
just
stuff. I
Dragon
got
Yes,
Ball.
sir.
Dragon Ball is that's it. You know.
Dude, Dragon Ball's like the beginning, bro. OG. Cat.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, when I was a kid, we Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, but you know, I'm just on Dragon Ball. Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan is dope.
Dude, I
For
haven't watched it yet, bro.
for the
I still
adults
haven't
out
watched that
there,
yet.
for the adults out there who don't think anime's dope, that's one to watch.
Attack on Titan. See, I always bring it up all the time. Is the Hajime no Ippo, the boxing one, because they break the stuff
Yeah,
down. It's like
yeah,
do the gazelle punch, do the Dempsey roll. Oh my
yeah.
gosh, what's he doing? It's not gonna work. I'm like, ah.
That's a good one.
Dude, I'm barely watching that right now, bro. The Abino Ippo, I'm barely on it.
What you
And
think?
it's fire, bro.
Yeah. What do you think? It's good.
So far, it's good. 100%, bro. But, damn, dude. I just need more time so I can watch it. That's it.
I feel that. And then, Chop, do you have a movie or like anime or a fight movie or something that you want to recommend? I got my extra
Anime.
one right here.
That looks nice. I mean, I don't really watch that much anime, but I seen Hajime and I recently seen Berserk. Yeah, that was different. My favorite anime film is Akira. So I'm kind of picky with my anime.
Classic.
So I like the old, gory, just showing everything.
Those are the best, bro.
type.
Those are the best ones, to be honest.
Yeah, Ninja Scroll, all that.
I like the old Inuyasha where they be cutting them open too. He's like,
Yeah.
Wait, have you guys watched Samurai Champloo?
Oh yeah, I saw that too.
No.
It's in dude, that's fire, bro.
Yeah.
It's an Ojin and then beautiful.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Well, in a lot of these different, movies and animes and all this other stuff, the main character, whatever, always ends up taking a lot of damage and has to heal and grow this and that. And both of you being in the fight game and having experiencing, you deal damage. But what's the worst injury you've ever taken, whether it be from a fight or in practice?
I'd say when I was wrestling in high school, I think it's my first year wrestling. Some dude had slammed me on the back of my neck and had sprained my neck. Yeah, I was out for like I don't even know how long I was out for, like a month or two. Yeah,
Damn.
that was kind of the worst and only injury I had.
It's wrestling, not
So-
WWE. What the hell?
But I think the worst injury I had, like, I mean, through Streetbeefs right now, I haven't really got to like really badly hurt. So on my last fight though, Smokey, I'm not gonna lie, he has some power, bro. He kind of got my nose. He did get my nose 100%. I think that has to be like the worst because it was like kind of like sore up here for like the 2 days.
What about like in training or street fights or something like that?
Oh, street fights. I actually have a scar in the back of my head
There
when
we
I was
go.
little. So when I was small, there's a friend of mine called Ryan, and he was older than me. So I wanted like to fight him. I kept asking him, I was like, "Oh, this fight," and then he's like, "Okay." So we were fighting, and then I don't know how he stood. Like I stood to this day. I don't know how he did it. He grabbed me from my legs, and he just threw me like he just threw me against like a fence, and then that fence was like badly built, so there was like a little like pointy metal sticking out, and then my head just crashed in, and then while it was inside my head, I was moving it around, and it made like a chicken leg shape. I still have it like to this day.
Hey,
But-
you almost had your own. Almost perform your own lobotomy. What the heck, damn?
Yeah, so yeah, that was like it was. I'm not gonna lie, if it would have won any deeper, I would have probably died.
Oh shit!
But yeah, that has to be the worst one.
In terms of street fight, I don't know if it
Yeah,
counts.
once I go bald, you guys will be able to see it.
Oh, I mean, in terms of street fight injury, I don't think it counts as a street fight because like the person that fought me, he had used a weapon.
Mm.
It was in like 7th or 6th grade. I got into a fight with some dude and he pulled out like a sharp ass butter knife and he kind of like sliced me and I still got a mark to this day.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Dang. He's like, how can I hurt somebody but not kill him? You know?
Yeah, I went to
And that guy was acting like he was in prison already.
Right?
He really shanked someone.
Gee.
I can't even. Yeah, I don't imagine. See, I always figured like if I had anything, I'd have some knucks or something. The knife was always just to protect my life because I figured, hey, as long as I get to live to see another day, I'm not gonna, somebody else gets to live to see another day or something. But damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, but a butter knife, you put some thought into that. Like you thought about that when you picked up that butter knife. You know what I mean? What?
It was a sharp ass butter knife too. I don't know why he brought it to school, but
That's crazy. So I wanted to ask both fighters, man, how did you guys find out and join Street Beefs? Walk us through that.
So I was looking on Facebook, and then I just seen like I used to watch Streetbeefs as well, but I never knew there was a Streetbeefs West Coast. And then that's when I discovered there was, and then I was looking through those reels on Facebook, and then that's when I just started doing my research through the page, and then I see that you guys do fights, And then I always wanted to get into a fight, so I was like, oh, this is my chance. So yeah, that's how I found out about Streetbeefs.
So
Yeah.
I used to always watch it on YouTube, and I'm stationed out here because I'm currently in the army. I got like a year left.
okay.
I was just on Facebook, and I had people keep sharing these clips, and then I looked on Street Beefs, and it said Gig Harbor, and that's like 30 minutes away. So I signed up.
Oh yeah, I also forgot to mention. Oh, sorry, my guy. Sorry, my bad. I also forgot to mention I actually met one of the guys from Streetbeefs, like way before I even like knew Streetbeefs was a thing. Cause so I would go to the park and train, right? And there's this guy I always see run around. Like he looks like he was old, but he was in shape. So I asked him. I was like, "Hey man," I was like, "How do you keep your body like that and stuff?" Just like asking him questions, and then that's when he told me he boxed. And then I was like, "Oh, you box and stuff?" And then that's when he popped up a video of him like in Street Beefs, and he was showing me like, oh, he's like, yeah, I do this, and then I seen his fight. He was actually really good. I forgot his name though, but
Ah,
if I ever no, I promise you guys, I can find the video. So once I find it, I'll send it to
what do
you
he look
guys.
like? What do he look like?
Uh,
There's
he
only
was
a few
he
old
was like
guys.
he was an old guy. He had like he always wore like a ponytail, and then he had like white hair, and it's just he would always put it in a ponytail. Like ah, I can't
Black,
describe his
white,
face.
brown,
Oh, he's white. He's white. He's white.
black.
No, he's white.
He's white
Yeah.
with a ponytail, white hair.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, I need to find him again, but I can find it 100%. I can find the video.
All
But
right.
dude, once I show you guys, you can be like, oh, okay.
But you know that guy. Ooh, Fighter of the Year too. Yeah, Streetbeefs Scrapyard Fighter of the Year is coming up. I know that they have Dad, the Chef, King Kai. I can't remember the fourth one. Sorry.
Who's the fourth?
Comedian.
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 Yeah.
You guys are all familiar with the fights? Are you
Yeah.
Ori?
Yeah.
Wait, which fights?
Some of the
Scrapyard.
Scrapyard?
There's fights going on?
Or like some
Yeah.
of the fighters and stuff?
Scrapyard is a branch of Street Beefs.
Mm. Oh no, yeah, I know, but what fights are going on right now?
What they're asking you, are you aware of their Fighters of the Year picks?
Oh no,
Oh,
no clue.
Fair enough. Have you guys
We got
voted? Who'd you pick?
I voted for the chef.
Chef. Good pick. Good pick.
Yeah.
Hey, they're all good picks, but I had to rock out with Kai. I felt like Kai could have took it last year, potentially, and he deserves it for sure.
I can't tell you because I haven't voted. I'm voting right after the show. I waited on purpose, but it is a tie between the Chef and King Kai. But Dad was a close runner-up because I mean his growth has been tremendous. I mean
Yeah.
the levels he's gone. Oh my goodness, it
A lot
was
of
right there. I'm
improvement.
not gonna lie, I had to flip a coin, but I can't tell you between who.
Even Comedian, Comedian's shown a lot of improvement, a lot of grit. But yeah, man, it's a tough one. It's a close race every year with y'all.
It's like, oh yeah. So you guys gotta wait to see till after the show. But since we're talking about other yards, would either of you can we see it in the future for either Chop or Mori to be going to either one of the visiting West Coast scrapyard, the OG yard, or I know like every 3-4 months the Dirty South has a match, so you might have to go down experience with Texas Heat.
If I'm ever
I'm
in
not
the
gonna lie, I
area,
do.
Oh, sure.
if I'm like in the area, because I don't know where they at, then yeah, I probably signed up.
We're the West Coast is in, depending on the month, either Arizona or Nevada.
Okay.
And then the Dirty South is held at various locations in Texas. And then the OG Yard is Virginia.
I would love to go to the OG yard.
I'm not gonna lie, the OG yard would be dope as well. That would be
Yeah.
dope.
Sure.
It's cool. It's just like each yard has its own vibe, the own vibrance, its own aura. It's all welcoming. It's all like a big family, but it's just crazy how each one has its whole different, unique. Like, yeah, it's great.
Speaking of which, that's a good segue. Maury, your last fight was your first time at the Smoke Ranch. So
Yeah.
I wanted to get your opinion, your thoughts on the differences between the Smoke Ranch and the Hot Box, as well as which do you prefer?
Um, okay, so the hot box, it's nice, but I like the one at Vegas better because it's nice there. There's actually like it's not too much space, but it's just the right amount of space, to move around and actually like go back and forth with your opponent. But you know what? Yeah, I prefer the Las Vegas one because the hot box is hot as shit. It's way too hot for that. Like, dude, last time I almost overheated with the fight with Scar because it was like 115.
16.
Damn, dude. Yeah, it's 16. Definitely not doing that again.
I'll never forget, bro. That was the hottest event that I've done.
Exactly, dude. It's hot, but like let's say environment, I like the hot box better because I feel like everyone, um, how should I say it? Everyone like really talks to each other more. But when you go to Las Vegas, that like some people are shy and they keep their distance. So it's good. It's a good environment, but just I feel like the hot box beats Las Vegas with the environment, 100%.
So you like the Smoke Ranch ring better, but you like the Hot Box vibe better.
Yeah, exactly.
Dope.
All right. And Chop, I was gonna ask you real quick. What are your thoughts on fighting the night versus the day? Because I know the temperature difference is a huge thing too. I mean, you were fighting in the rain in the evening in October, probably like 38 degrees or something like that.
Damn.
Yeah. I like fighting at the night because it's the atmosphere.
Okay.
And it was raining outside too, so I was just like kind of ready for war.
Mm.
Ooh, you're like the gods have blessed me.
Yeah.
It makes for a dope video too.
Yeah, and it was less fights. Usually during the day, I like to schedule for early fights, but so many people there, so I kind of have to wait. But the night fight, I didn't really have to wait that much.
Man, I would have seen it live. I was originally gonna go right after work, and as soon as I was about to get off, my doctor ended up in the ER. So I was like, "Fuck!" So I had to go
Oh,
take care of some family shit. I was like, "Dang!" But I watched live. But
Hold up, I have a question for you guys. So Smokey, you're retired from fighting, right? Like
Yeah.
from fighting for yeah. So have you ever thought about coming back or anything?
Yeah, man. Especially when I got my last pair of Muay Thai shorts, I was like, bro, I gotta fight in these.
I got
But ultimately, man, our health means more than anything else. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Longevity means more than a fight. But you know, there's possibilities on the table maybe in the future. But as of now, I gotta take care of me. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. That's good. That's
But
good.
I definitely have thought about it. And I'm still training, still dangerous. Uh, but yeah, there's always a time where that time comes.
Hmm. Exactly.
oh,
But
man. You guys can
what's it
expect me to
called?
come back next year.
Oh, you're coming back next year?
Oh yeah, I was telling Steve it's about time for my weekend job to go. Just with some family stuff, with Zwell, even everything, having the weekend job really prohibits me. So I'm making a transition to finding this night job. So that way I'll have the weekdays while I'm working, weekends free. And I already know being around the scrapyard, being around everything, it's just going to give me the itch. And I've been pretty consistent on my training. So if 98's their member, you know, I've been up with my running, man. I've been staying up. Yeah. So I got
Are you
the
getting
itch.
back
I'm
into
like, man,
are you gonna go you do boxing, right? Or Muay Thai?
I usually do MMA, but I'm definitely going to try another boxing. So I'm 0-2, and I feel like I've gotten enough basics down now to where I'd actually be able to hold my own in a match, get a win, and then, yeah.
Oh, is that the return move?
Heck yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I've been
that's
working on my
good. That's
leg
good.
strength like crazy. I just think I have to come back as a return to MMA. Just, oh.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the reason I was asking is because I think this I'm only gonna stay for Streetbeefs for like a year and a half because I really do want to push my career like to professionally because I feel like I have the potential for it, so I'm definitely gonna start looking into that.
That's awesome, man. MMA.
Um, I'm still gonna do both actually. I really want to stick with both, like just switching back and forth.
Nice.
I mean, shoot, imagine being like, oh, yeah, I got multiple pro certificates, you know? My hands are registered, my feet are
No,
registered,
but
my knees and elbows.
if I were to like if I had no choice but to stay with one, because I know I'm only gonna be able to do one, it's gonna be MMA, 100%.
Heck yeah. Now, I had a question too, but I know I have to end up being the bad guy around this time because, you know, we try to keep guests not crazy long, but it's about the time where I have to ask some, okay, before we wrap stuff up, do you have a final question for either of our guests? Because we're having such a good time. I looked at the time and I'm like, man, we could go another half an hour easy.
Yeah, man. Nah, I ran through all my questions. So if you got anything else,
Heck yeah, I was actually curious about the careers and if you would ever pursue a BKFC if the opportunity had arisen. Because while with it being a huge and consistently growing organization, we have Masvidal starting the bare knuckle MMA, and you're starting to see a lot more bare knuckle stuff pop up, whether it be like Russian or Ukrainian and stuff. That's coming a lot more saturated all over on these fight channels. So is that something either of you would ever consider?
I thought about it. I
Yeah,
thought
same
about
here.
it.
I would probably think about it too.
Yeah.
You know what? I probably would. I probably would just for the heck of it,
I
just
don't
to
know
get
if
that
I
experience.
would or not. Yeah, because I got a family, and my wife be like, you know how they are. But I would though. I would. I watch fights like that all the time.
Absolutely. And before we find out anything else, you know, shout outs and all that stuff, we have to ask you, why do you guys fight? Why do you fight? You want to go over quick chop and then we'll go to Maury and then
Yeah. I don't know. Just been in my life, my whole life. I've been fighting. I'm the youngest of 7, so everybody in the house knew how to fight. So they was whooping my ass. Then I had to go to school. I had to learn how to fight because other people pick on me, and it just grew into something I like.
That's-
not.
Well, I do it. I'm gonna do it just for the experience and mainly because, let's say, if there ever comes a time where I really do need the skills, I could just bring them out. You know, like if my loved ones were ever in danger or anything, or if someone tries like picking on us, I'm actually able to fight back. You know. Yeah, but that's mainly it.
And now you can really hurt somebody.
Exactly.
hey, well, we appreciate you guys. It's been a great episode. And if you guys want to give any socials or any plugins you want to do, now would be the time.
Yeah, you can follow me on YouTube at Jeremiah Blake. I do a lot of art stuff mostly, but I still train a lot, spar a lot with guys. I got my fights up there, so you can follow me there.
Mhm. I mean, I don't want to promote my socials, but I definitely do want to say this though. I definitely, if like the fans or for anyone who's watching, please make Mori versus Bookmark happen because I really want that. I really want that fight 100%.
Hell yeah.
Make it happen.
We'll make it happen. You guys heard it here first. Thank you guys, though. That was a phenomenal time, and I wish we could stay longer, but I mean, I can't stay all night. But thank you both.
Catch up with
All right,
y'all
guys. All right, later, guys. You guys take care.
too.
Dang. Too much fun.
Hey, man. Great guest as always, man. Great show as always.
And it's not quite over yet, right?
No, sir.
Zuel, lifestyle wear for the fighter in you. A movement to show that by utilizing hard work, grit, and determination, you could achieve any dream as long as you were willing to put in the hard work. Buddy V creates his own unique artwork and designs all of his clothing, jewelry, and accessories, taking the time to create every item so you could feel the pride in every piece. As a living embodiment of Zuel's principles, Buddy V fights MMA while staying active in the community, promoting positivity. Whether you are a stay-at-home parent, entrepreneur, or anything else, there is a place for you at Zuel.
Buddy V's Fighters to Watch.
Oh, fighters to watch. You know, we always start at the scrapyard. Right now we have Slavic. This man is a beast. And that is a pure definition of the word. He came out and he knew what he wanted to do and he accomplished it. And if you don't know, he trains at Columbia River Jiu-Jitsu. I believe also a member of the Reptilian Top Team. So you know when they come, they mean business. They take care of business. And his fight was very enjoyable to watch. And so, please, let me get a couple more. You know, I want to put those on one after another and enjoy them. So please, Slavic, everyone go check him out. Second one, Streetbeefs West Coast. I have Scar. Now, this was a fun fighter because as I'm watching him, he has 3 fights. Every fight you watch, you will see an improvement. And he had a fight drop recently to where I was just beyond impressed. And I was like, I have to put this gentleman on here. He keeps improving, he keeps growing, and I really want to see what's left to come because obviously, if he keeps going, where's he gonna stop? Nowhere. Ooh. So come on, Scar, let me get a couple more, man. Let me see some even more improvement. And from the OG yard, Keem. Man, this guy is a straight killer. I was watching his fight with his opponent, and I didn't even know who was better because they were going back and forth. The level of intensity that each of them brought and the fact that they matched each other was insane. Keem is a fighter that I feel is on a top caliber, and I need to see a lot more. And he's the ones when you talk about, when you like think about from the OG yard, off the top of my head, why am I spacing? Like Zaytoven is a great example. Good boxer, great head movement. I think Keem is going to be one of those fighters that you're not going to forget. Those are my 3 fighters to watch.
Great picks, man. Great picks as always. I'm gonna definitely have to check out Keem. Sounds like somebody I need to know. I know the other guys, so yeah, man. Fire picks, I would say. Somke and the Fire 5. We're going to start things off at the OG yard as always. You see it. We got Kid Buu versus Sung Jin. This was a MMA match right here. Very high energy, well-matched fight right here. Great back and forth between these guys. A lot of grappling you see on display. And we say it every episode, but cardio is key. Cardio is key. Cardio is key. Both of these guys were pushing themselves to the limits. Unfortunately, we got a fighter who couldn't continue at the end of the fight, and it just made for a great, entertaining firefight. Streetbeefs OG Yard, Kid Buu versus Sung Jin. Moving along, we're going to go to Streetbeefs Scrapyard. You see it. If you're trying to find this fight, that's the title on the screen. This is a boxing match between Sandman versus Boars. This was a fire fight right here. High-paced action, well-matched competition once again. Both of these guys coming forward. This was one of those unexpected bangers. Definitely caught me off guard. Both of these guys displaying big heart. Yeah, man. I mean, barrage after barrage, round after round. Definition of a firefight. Streetbeefs Scrapyard, Sandman versus Boars. Yeah, taking you to Streetbeefs West Coast. And we're at the Hot Box. You heard us talk about it earlier tonight. And we had Deploy on a few weeks ago. Boxing match. Deploy versus Dark. Definition of a firefight right here. Both of these guys possessing two great styles. And as they say, styles make fights. Both of these guys clashing and but still remaining sportsmanlike. Big combinations all throughout this fight. Counters, pressure, overhands, savage hooks. I mean, what more can you ask for? Streetbeefs West Coast, Deploy versus Dark, firefight. Taking you back to the OG yard. This is a classic right here. This is when they had their own little sand pit. This is a MMA match between Carolina Kid and Yaz Wiz. Oh man, like I said, this is a throwback classic. We got the sandpit vibes. This is all gas, no brakes right here. Huge respect between these two. Both of these guys trying to establish their wrestling. Great IQs on these guys. And we got a solid finish at the end of this match. Streetbeefs OG Yard. Yaz Wiz versus Carolina Kid. And we're going to end things off tonight back at the Scrapyard. This is another MMA match between Ultra and Stripling Warrior. Yeah, man. You see the time? 3 minutes, 3 seconds. I mean, this was a 1-round war right here. Classic striker versus grappler. And we see the grappler, he wastes no time to get to business, get to work. And we got a solid finish. At the end of this, we got a solid submission and resulted in a firefight. Streetbeefs Scrapyard, Ultra versus Stripling Warrior, Samke in the Fire 5.
Straight fire, yo.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
forgot about that last fight, man. I gotta go check that one out again.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That was a little while ago, but once again, man, fire fights.
Fire as always, man. But even though I'm having a blast, is it about that time?
It's about that time, man. I want to give a shout out to our guest tonight, Chop. We appreciate you and your time. Mori, we appreciate you and your time. Everyone watching, you guys go check out these guys' fights. Again, that's Chop from the Scrapyard, and that's Mori from the West Coast. Great fighters right there. Again, I want to give a shout out to Buddy V, greatest co-host. I want to give a shout out to Jay, greatest producer. We do this every week. Shout out to Streetbeefs, OG Yard, Scrap Yard, West Coast, Dirty South. We do this for y'all. Everyone watching, live, replay, in the comments. We appreciate you. Shout out to zwellworld.com, where you can get all the latest merch. zwellworld.com, all the latest merch. Shout out to Overtime Hustling Magazine. Shout out to Heart in the Fight. We appreciate you guys. Yeah, man. Catch me same time, same place every week. And yeah, that's it for me, man.
Heck yeah, shout out to Zubo. You know, it's always a fun time. Live an example. You can get push face to get back up. So check out the website. You can send a review. Let me know what you think about it, the layout, the everything. MMA Underground has their own page. You got a little bio for both Samke and Jay if you guys want to go check it out. The Facebook page is pretty killer as well, world. No hyphen, so you can go give that a like, share, whatever you want. The Instagram page has been active and live. I've been sharing stuff all around. It's been getting around. So, you know, and it's lots of cool stuff too. So you don't want to miss out. And that's where you see a lot of stuff fresh here first. And I will let you guys know this Friday, I'm going to release the Christmas bundle. I've almost finished all the ornaments that I've been doing. So that way I'm going to have some basic Christmas stuff, but I'm actually going to have limited edition packages. So that way, if you just happen to fancy to want to get something for somebody or something for yourself, you know, you can do whatever, but it's going to be fun. I can't wait. This Friday, you got to keep your eyes peeled. But I only tell you here on MMA Underground because this is the favorite part of my week. So I always say it here first. Oh, now, Sanke, thank you. We kill the show every single Tuesday. Couldn't do without you, man. Jay, we keep you on your toes. Oh, yeah. And yeah, that's right. You noticed it. Caught your eye. The limited edition gold Sanke Cardio's key. Looks pretty sweet on there, huh? Pictures don't do it justice. Ooh.
And we got the classics still.
Yeah, don't worry. We got the classics. We got the classics.
But
And
something
we got
about the
fun.
gold.
We got the fun stocking stuff. No, something about the gold though. It really does pop.
Yeah.
We're gonna end the show like we always do in Jay's famous words, with one world, one love, deuces.